full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising sun of a new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. I'm your host, Natalie Morris. I am a graduate of the Music Industry Arts and Performance program here at Centennial College, specifically the Story Arts Center. This is my 6th year being the coordinator for the Black History Month event, and you're gonna hear this a lot throughout the show, but I just wanna thank you so much for riding with us on this journey and supporting us. We do have our videos uploaded online at the Story Arts Center YouTube channel that you can go back and see the other years. There is She Made Black History A, that was in 2020. We do have another one that we did virtually last year, which was 2020 Eyes Opened. There's one called Still I Rise, Part 1 and Part 2. We also have Activism for Black Excellence. All of these videos, you can go back and watch it in addition to this one. This is the newest installment that we have, and we're so happy that you can be here to join with us and celebrate with us. This year's theme is Expressions of Black Power, Seeing It, Knowing It, Embracing It. And we asked the students this year to give a creative expression of how they feel about Black power and what their notion of Black power is. Whether that was in song or through poem or through a dance, they were asked to bring to life this idea that they had in their head, and we're so excited for you to see it.
This artwork is roughly completed in 4 days. I was thinking of having something powerful yet gentle, so I decided on a portrait which is great to express and convey feelings. These gladiolus flowers, which are able to grow in tough weather, fill up the background as a symbol of power, character, and pride that shows through Black power. The color of the flowers also complements the proud expression on their faces and blends well into the painting. For me, Black power is a reminder that we are unique and powerful. So, you are empowered, strong, and beautiful as gladiolus flowers. And this is some of the process from sketch until finish.
This Black History Month, I wanted to talk about the beauty of Black people. However, realistically, we can't ignore what got us here. And although this will be a fun and enjoyable presentation, you're definitely gonna learn something. As a result of colonialism around the world, Black people have struggled with their idea of beauty and self-identity. Black is beautiful was a mantra that was heard very loudly in the 70s, back when Black people began to gain their voice in a segregated world. Black activist groups began to encourage Black people to learn about their history, to be proud of their facial features, and to embrace their natural hair. However, with the advent of social media and the internet, standards of beauty have once again been elevated, this time gaining a momentum and narrative that don't really fit many people of color. Imagine living in a world where most images you see on TV or magazines don't look like you. Yet, you are constantly being told to reach that standard of beauty of which you have no reality of attaining. This has had devastating effects on Black lives and has caused certain members of our race to bleach, straighten, and cosmetically fix what is natural to something unnatural. Along with physical changes have come emotional changes that are much harder to pinpoint, but nonetheless are there. Self-discrimination among shades of Black exists, and it even affects, in many cases, whether we can be hired. In today's day and age, Black people still fight to wear their natural hair at their workplace. I know, right? Some of us live under threat of being fired if we don't conform. Imagine losing your job opportunities for the way your hair grows out of your scalp. I mean, come on. But if history has taught us anything, it's that Black people are resilient. We are strong. We are creative. We are bold. And we are beautiful. Now today in 2022, Black women all around the world are celebrating the things that we were told were unacceptable or ugly. We love our thick lips. We adore our natural, curly, kinky hair. We embrace our wide noses. We embrace our hips and our shapely bodies, our thick thighs, and our round tummies. Black is beautiful, and we're learning that our beauty is not dependent upon what other people think about us, but rather how we see ourselves. All life is precious and different. And it's in those differences, that you find beauty all around the world. Hey, look, it's me! Yeah, don't mind me, I'm just looking pretty, you know. Before the celebration of Black culture and beauty concludes, I would also like to speak on Black men. How can Black men feel beautiful when society looks down on them as unfit criminals and deadbeat dads that don't care about their families? This stigma of Blackness also affects them in negative ways that are just not true. Criminals and deadbeat dads exist across all cultures, ethnicities, and races. Yet, the Black man is constantly signaled out as not enough. You can always find negative images if you search for them, and social media doesn't help when their agendas and algorithms are used to push this idea to the forefront. Black men are beautiful too. They work, they are educated, they take care of their families, and they are fighting to have a more positive narrative pushed out into the world.
This my baby, and ain't nobody finna touch him.
A lot of young men, particularly young Black men, hit me up being like, yo, I can't wait to be a dad. I can't wait to be a father. And I love that because I think the men that were a generation before us got raised by the men that were a generation before them. And those men didn't really know warm love because a man didn't express those things that way back then. And I feel like I owe those young men to tell them, like, bro, this is hard because it exposes things about you that you don't know about yourself. It exposes all of your insecurities. And it's a huge emotional undertaking if you do it the right way. So while you see me and Noemi hugged up and loved up on each other, and we got this cute vlog and we make these cute videos and cute pictures, it's because we put in an immense amount of work to make this thing happen, man. We do it every day. We be having sit-down vlogs and we be on the cusp of beefing with each other. But we find that one thing in common that just always brings us back to remembering why we're together. So, bro, when you see this and me playing with my baby and it looks really cool and you want to have those moments, just know that that's the upside. It comes with a downside and it can be incredibly painful if you allow it to be. So before you take on a family, bro, go see somebody about your past and go see somebody about the trauma that you've endured throughout the course of your life and start healing. Because if you don't heal from that, you'll have all this and you'll never be happy. And I don't want that for nobody, especially anybody who thinks that you can just pour water over a lady and a baby and have a happy family overnight.
Happy birthday, dear Oscar. And happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Now, Ember, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Yeah, but I ain't no Jesus. I walk on water, but only when it freezes. 'Cause I'm only human, just like you. I'm making my mistakes, oh, if you only knew. I don't think you should believe in me the way that you do. 'Cause I'm terrified to let you down.
My name is Chen Liwen. Please just call me Kelly. Today I would like to talk about a piece of my art. It's a very brave, beautiful, strong black girl, and her name is Kaba Mikael. I use a very traditional, unique skill to create this piece. Believe or not, I just use a pen to draw the whole stuff, start from the beginning to the end. And yeah, it's very unique, realistic skill, and if you have strong sketch foundation, I recommend you try this, and that will be lots of fun, and the result will be magnificent. Let's talk about the picture I draw on about the girl I draw on the picture. And actually she is also a piece of history from the Centennial College, and she was same major with me from the game art. And she is very strong, brave girl because she was very sick during her study moment, but she was study very, very hard, and she is never gave up to learn. This is why I think she inspiring me a lot. I used to draw a lot on my sketchbook, and this piece is my most proud of it. I think I love it so much. This is the best so far I did for her. This is all for today. Hopefully you guys enjoy the video. Thank you guys a lot. Have a good weekend. Thank you.
Welcome back. I know that you enjoyed those submissions from the students because they are very talented. I asked the students to think about what Black Power meant to them and how they were able to identify. Because to me, sometimes you look at something and you just have that essence of like, yeah, that's Black Power. And so I wanted to see their experiences of that. For me personally, seeing it means looking at somebody of color and knowing that they're living fully in who they are. And it's such a beautiful thing because obviously in the past we were confined by certain stereotypes and certain molds that we had to fit. But for me, that ability to create our own identity and be accepted for that identity that we have, or that is within us, is power to me. So watching somebody live freely in their full identity and who they are and just knowing who they are, that's how I see Black Power.
Hello, my name is Shantae Finesse, and I'm here to share my poem entitled Cycles with you. She was honey-toned with them hazel eyes, absolutely beautiful. Her mischievous smile, she was model-esque. Life with her seemed effortful, had her struggles, her daddy issues. She got married to get away, but landed back from where she was running. With no escape, she would have to pay with her life because her freedom was part of what he'd take. Raising those two girls, why did this woman throw her dreams away? Under clothes there were no visual marks, bruises or scars, but mental debilitation proved more than what they are. Losing self, losing confidence, she became broke, not just in finances, but self-worth with each word that he spoke. I was young then, but I still remember the stash of beer. We'd race to get one, then another piled up, but nobody cared. 21 years gone, after what was left, a path of devastation, a cycle of frustration, full of manipulation. Dreams broken, lives taken, so now, what's next? She was the secretary, charismatic, playful and free, always laughing, always smiling, giggling with girlish glee. She filled the spaces the first one couldn't, so I thought life would be better now, until those cracks began to creep in and the pressure made her bow. By then, I'm a teenager, exploring myself. If I'm a female like her, check my place, therein lies my worth. Eventually, she would have to flee. If she stayed, it would cost her life, but to everyone, she was the villain, so-called Christian adulterous wife. 11 years gone, after what was left, a path of devastation, a cycle of frustration, full of manipulation. Dreams broken, lives taken, so now, what's next? I had my struggles, the good girl, but trouble always seemed to come around, and I opened doors to relationships that put my worth to the ground. I spent my teen years with an abuser who would turn physical, left him, then had some years of bliss till one encounter grew sexual, spiraling downward, losing my vision, losing control until I met him. I thought he was there to pull me out. Consequently, he'd be the worst of them. I got sucked in for the long haul, discovered like my father. He was out for control, out for power, bent on dominating another. 11 years gone, after what was left, a path of devastation, a cycle of frustration, full of manipulation. Dreams broken, life's taken, so now what's next? I have 4 reasons to break these cycles, 4 times ambitious to change this narrative, realizing where I've been, what I've done to repeat all of these things that I lived. It's up to me to emblazon a new route, fight against what was embedded, to change my 4 airs and show them what not to accept. It all begins in your head. What is essential to health and vitality seems against the status quo. So we'll tear up the paperwork, fight any structures that say that's the only way for them to go. I'm now 3 decades in, but these cycles, they pre-existed me. But now that I recognize them, progression stands before me to be free. Almost 1 year gone, this is what I left. A path of devastation, a cycle of frustration, full of manipulation. Dreams broken, life's taken, so now what's next? What's next is a new beginning. What's next is myself to be forgiven for my part that I added to the score when I knew that I'd been there before. It's my chance to start fresh with perspective, be resilient and patient with each choice that I live, knowing I'm imperfect, but that's the key to be the best I can now that I'm finally set free. I'm a fighter and I'm here to share what I know, to help others seek the strength to get up and go. These cycles on repeat, but only for the ignorant. Now open your eyes and see what your cycle is. Thank you. You see, so many of us have these cycles in our lives, whether they're generational, whether they're cultural, but we all have the power to actually look within ourselves and see what things we've been repeating and know that we have the power to change this narrative. So that's my message that I want to share with you all today. Thank you.
This is Worthy by India Arie. I know exactly what you're thinking. I've had those thoughts a million times. I can see the questions that's behind your eyes. Oh, you're searching for your peace of mind. Well, listen up to this truth. You are me and I am you. Every one of us is worthy. Baby girl, worthy woman. Every one of us is worthy. I know your life, I've known your pain. I know your sorrows and your shame. Sometimes it feels like life walks over you, oh, like you're a penny on the ground. But either on the ground or in your purse, the smallest piece still holds its worth. Every one of us is worthy. Baby girl, worthy woman, every one of us is worthy. Baby girl, worthy woman, every one of us is worthy. Worthy of love, worthy of life, worthy of saying no when something don't feel right. This is a song for you, for all the ups and downs that life will put you through. Oh, so listen up to this truth. You are me and I am you. Every one of us is worthy. Yeah. Baby girl, worthy woman. Every one of us is worthy. Yes, baby girl, worthy woman. Every one of us is worthy. Baby girl, worthy woman, every one of us is worthy. Baby girl, worthy woman, every one of us is worthy. Every one of us is worthy. Don't you forget, every one of us is worthy.
Hi, my name is Adriana, and I will be reading the poem that I wrote for SAC's Black History Month event called Here. I belong here. As much as everyone else is meant to be, I too belong here. It is only now that people are hearing, speaking, and listening. We've always been here and will always matter. You cannot take that away from us, and you will not take that away from me. We are capable of so much. We mean the world to so many. Though we've carried and carry the world on our shoulders, we are filled with hurt as much as we are reminded of our resilience. Black Power is acknowledging the past, being present while creating the future. There are challenges we have faced and will continue to have to overcome, but those challenges will never rob me or anyone else of our right to be here. I wrote this poem about what we currently go through, what we will continue to go through as we continue to take up space, and we will always take up space. We have a right to take up space, and just focusing on nobody can take that away from me, and I am just as deserving as everybody else is. And that's what I wrote my poem about, and I hope you enjoyed it.
These student submissions really show the diversity of this topic. In the same way that we had poetry and that we had fine art and that we had music, this, to me, it kind of embodies the whole umbrella of being Black and having a mix of cultures and customs, because you still have like the Nigerian custom, you still have the Jamaican custom, you still have the Haitian custom, and a myriad of different customs that fall under the Black umbrella. And the fact that we had an array of creative outlets really embodies that for me, and I love it so much, and I really thank the students for being able to show up in this way. I know you had a lot of work to do. I know that school is going on, you have your personal lives, but I did want to say thank you so, so much for your submissions, and even the ones that weren't able to get their submissions in. We still wanted to thank you for having the idea to be a part of this performance, because we still wanted to thank you for having the heart to want to be a part of this performance. So thank you so much.
Expressions of Black Power, seeing it, knowing it, embracing it. Black Power to me is the strength of my ancestors overcoming any and every obstacle. Black Power to me is gospel and hymns, faith of a mustard seed, believing without seeing. Black Power to me is never backing down until our voices are heard. Black Power to me is watching strong, independent Black women and men raising their own children and still having enough love to uplift their communities. Black Power to me is timeless Jamaican recipes from my grandmother's stove, the kind that not only warmed your belly, but also your heart. The kind that taught you more than something could come from nothing. Black Power to me is the creativity running through my veins. It's our curves, our strength, resiliency, our never-dying culture.
Hi there, my name is Kamarudin Arna. I'm from Lagos, Nigeria. I'm 20 years old. I'm in the Arts and Design Fundamentals program here at Centennial College, Story Art Center. My work and my technique basically is making pencil drawings, hyper-realistic pencil drawings actually. I've been doing that for more than 8 to 9 years. I started doing that at a really young age, and I've been doing that ever since. I've been inspired by so many things, so many true life stories, so many experiences, so many things. One of the very few things that inspire me the most is the celebration of Black History Month, and this opportunity to showcase Black artists also It's a it's an amazing opportunity. It really puts artists like myself, and it gives them the platform to do what they want to do, which is to share their work with the world. Basically, I submitted a few of my work to the Black History Showcase, and I got in. I was excited because I just recently moved to Canada because of school. I moved in last year, August, and I've just been trying to settle in and just pick up my pace. I've been doing art for a really long time, and right now I'm just really trying to showcase my work to the world. And this project that I submitted for the Black History Showcase, it's like a step closer to my dreams coming true. It's an amazing project. Working with it, it helped build a connection, a bigger connection with my pencils, because I have a strong connection with charcoal, the stains, the effect, the way it flows on the paper. I have a strong, deep connection for it. So I work with charcoal a lot, and I work with erasers and pencils, and I work with a lot of stuff. And I try to always make my work realistic, and I'm more comfortable when I'm making black pencil drawings, because it sort of brings out the uniqueness in black. Black is a plain color, but it subjectifies everything around it. Black stands out. Black is unique. So that is why I create black pencil drawings, because I want them to stand out. And most of my black pencil drawings, especially the ones I submitted in for the project, they were all portraits of black people to represent black uniqueness, to show what black freedom feels like, to tell black stories. That is what my project is really about, to put you in that feeling, to bring you a step closer to whatever that person that I drew is feeling, to put you in a deep state of mind of what it feels to be black, to see black. That is what the project is really all about. Most of the drawings I submitted them, most of them have been done like 2 years ago. Some of them are very, very recent. They all have stories. That is the most important thing about them. They have stories to tell. When you look at these paintings, I want you to see the story behind them, not just the technique and the effects and the beauty of the artwork also. I want you to see what it feels to be black. That is why I chose to submit this project, and I'm really thankful for the opportunity I'm getting here at Centennial College. It's really amazing. It's a big step closer for me to achieving my dreams, and I just want to say thank you to the host of the Black Art Showcase, and a big thank you to Cam also for shooting this amazing clip. Yeah, thank you so much.
I understand that the students had so much going on, but they were still able to submit a video for this event. So please, in the comments, just encourage them, just say great job, thumbs up, just so that you can encourage them to keep going and to keep sharing their craft, keep sharing their talent with the world. Please do that if you are able to. Like this video, and then this would encourage students to not only participate, but just to be more out there with their craft. And that's something that we want, because everybody has their own unique gifts and talents that are beautiful, so beautiful. And it just needs that little watering and that little sunshine to bloom into a beautiful flower. As we close out our show, I just want to encourage you as a viewer to think about what Black Power also means to you. We've already seen the submissions from the students. We've heard me talk about my ideas of Black Power. And I'm sure you have your own. So however that looks to you, it's up to you. And I encourage you to do more of that. So whether it's volunteering, or whether it's fostering a stronger community, or whether it's just encouraging somebody else or standing up for somebody that may not look like you or may not speak like you or may not have the same cultures and customs as you, but to be an advocate for them. Whatever Black Power looks like to you, I encourage you to do more of it. And this by no means, and not in my opinion anyways, diminishes anybody else's culture or anybody else's ideas or beliefs. I just feel like we should all empower everyone to be their own person, and who they feel in their heart is their own identity in that person, and be able to respect that. On behalf of the Black History Month Committee, on behalf of the Dean of the Story Arts Center and everyone that had a hand in this production, we just want to thank you so much. And we want to thank you as a viewer for supporting us, for supporting the students, because they really did this for you. They did this so that you can see their heart. And I'm so glad that you were able to receive it, and I hope you received it well.